All right. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, the elders in New York, GMS. Honor to you brothers out there that's teaching the truth. All right, this is part 2. It says what? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things, hold fast as which is good. All right, so you read that, Dr. Watkins, Boyce Watkins. All right, and show this damn clown that he's listening to. Well, yeah. All right, so this the little clown that Boyce Watkins listened to. Claud Anderson. Come call him. What's that? I remember this cartoon called Inspector Gadget. I think it was the guy villain named Dr. Claud. Dr. Claud. There was a name for the villain. Someone called him Dr. Claud, man. Anyway, yeah, man, you gotta prove all things, man. You just can't go up there and blow your mouth because Dr. Claud Edison or Dr. Claud said something, man. You gotta prove it, man. So I'm gonna go a little history on slavery among Native Americans. And when you see like the little numbers and stuff, the citation numbers and stuff, those reference to books and stuff, you can look it up in books and stuff. You go to the library, look up slavery among Native Americans, or the library, look up maroon colonies, for yourselves. It says right here, slavery among Native Americans in the United States includes slavery by Native Americans as well as slavery of Native Americans roughly within the present day United States. All right, slavery among Gadites. All right, and the Reubenites, Seminole the Reubenites are the Seminole Indians. But I don't know if they conquer other tribes, but also throughout South and Central America, you have various tribes conquer each other and stuff. But I'm gonna continue reading. It says some Native American tribes held war captives as slaves prior to and during the European colonization. Some Native Americans were captured and sold by others to slavery to Europeans, and a small number of tribes in the late 18th and 19th century adopted the practice holding slaves as chattel property and had increasing numbers of African American slaves, number of Judite slaves, man. All right, and so so-called fast civilized tribes, form really upheld the Esau, but within those 4 tribes, some people disagree with enslaving their Judite brothers, man. And another reason that influence came, like I said before, is because of Esau, man. All right. You see right here, they had war captives, but it was not distinct like Esau. But when they started interacting with Esau, that's when they started adopting their ways, man. All right. Let's see. You can go down here. You can read this for yourself if you see something that you want to read. All right. You can see right here a little bit. Yeah, enslaving each other. But let me see right here. It says when the Europeans, when the Edomites, so-called white man, now white and red. I said when the Europeans made contact with the Native Americans, the tribe of Gad, they began to participate in the slave trade. Native American, their initial encounters with Europeans, Edomites, attempt to use their captives from enemy tribes as a method of playing one tribe against each other in an unsuccessful game of divide and conquer. All right. But they did, Esau did succeeded. It says European colonists, these Edomites, not Europeans, all right, because real Europeans are dark brown people called Japhet. People today know Hawaiian, Samoans, and Tonga. All right, they made their way to the islands. All right, but it said European colonists caused a change in Native American slavery as they create a new demand market for capital raise. For decades, the colonies were short workers, especially in the southern colonies, initially developed for resource exploitation around the settlements. Colonists purchase or capture Native Americans to be used as forced labor and cultivate tobacco, and by the 18th century, rice and indigo. To acquire trade goods, Native Americans been selling war captives to whites rather than integrating into their own society. See, Gadites, man. Like I said, Deuteronomy 28 and 54, a brother had, Israelite brother have an evil eye towards other Israelite brother, man. You know, all right. Brother have an evil eye towards his brother, all right. So it's part of the curse. It said trade goods. Also, you always had turncoats in Israel, man. All right. In every captivity, man. Greek captivity, Roman captivity. All right. Shit. Even in the Egyptian captivity, we was coming out of Egypt, man. You had so-called Negroes, Latino Native Americans. The Israel back then, they want to go back to Egypt, man. All right. It said traded goods varied among the tribes, such as tassels, bronze kettles, Caribbean rum, European jewelry, needles, scissors, and most prized were rifles. All right. The English copied the Spanish and Portuguese. They saw an enslavement of Africans, not Africans. These are Israelites from the southern kingdom, and Native Americans, all right, Gad and the rest of the tribes, all right, as moral, legal, and social acceptable institution. Rational for enslavement was just war, taking captive, and used slavery as alternatives to a death sentence. All right. It said escape of Native American slaves were frequent because they had a better understanding of land, where the African slaves, Judite slaves, did not. Right. All right. It said consequently, the natives who were captured and sold into slavery were often sent to the West Indies or far away from their home. All right. So they suffered the same thing with, just because you have a couple, turncoats. All right, man. Don't mean the whole tribe of Gad was against Judah, man. All right, that's part of the curses, man. You had Judite slave masters, man. Shit, you like I said before, you had some Judites were conquistadors, man. They want to die, so they went with the Esau's program, man. All right. So let's see, Deuteronomy, let's see, 28. All right, 28, 24. No, 28 and 64. All right. There you go, right here. It says what? Oh, darn. It's not what I wanted. Shit. He's all bullshitting. Let's see. Bible Hub. All right, there you go. Blue Letter Bible. All right. Okay. It says Deuteronomy 28:64 about the Gadites sold to the Caribbeans and elsewhere and around the world. Says what? Deuteronomy 28:64. It says, and Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor fathers have known, even wood and stone. All right. So that's what happened to the Gadites, man. The Gadites and the rest of the Gadites, so-called Native Americans, and the rest of the Northern Kingdom indigenous tribes, man, they was captured, sold slave here in America, sold slave in the Caribbean. All right. Some went down to Mexico, across the world, man, and they own brethren on each tribe help inflict that, man. It happened down there in around Honduras area, man. You had the I forgot to pronounce the name, mosquito people. All right, Slough, I got that name wrong. They started working for the British, and they slave the rest of the Zebulonites throughout the area, man. So you had it both ways, man. All right, so I'm getting to the Maroon Colony. All right, it says all right. Let me see. All right, it says right here, the Mosquito Sambu were a maroon group who were formed from slaves revolted on a Portuguese ship around 1640. Wrecking a vessel on the coast of Honduras, Nicaragua, escaping into the interior. They intermarried with the indigenous people over the next half century. They even rose to the leadership of the Mosquito Coast and led extensive slave raids against the Spanish territory in the first half of the 18th century. Right, man. They was raiding all it throughout Central America to up to Yucatan, Mexico, man. All right. So right there go Panama, Banyana, a Mandinka man. The Mandinkas are Israelites. All right, men who had been enslaved and taken to Panama in 1552 led a rebellion that year against the Spanish in Panama. He and his followers escaped to found villages in the lowlands. Later, these people, known as Cimarron, assisted Sir Francis in fighting against the Spanish. All right, you see Mexico, Gaspar Yanga. You read that by yourself. You go to Nova Scotia. It said from 1796 to 1800, 550 Maroons who had been deported from Jamaica after the Second Maroon War lived in Nova Scotia. In 1800, they were sent to Sierra Leone. All right. It says right here, it says South America. It says one of the best known Quilombo's Maroon Center, Brazil, was in Palmeiras, the Palm Nation, which was founded in the early 17th century. As its height, it had a population of over 30,000 free people and was ruled by King Zumbi. The Palmeiras maintained its independence for almost 100 years until it was conquered by the Portuguese in 1694. All right. But I thought the so-called natives, one of our friends, then we'll go back to the Brazil in a little minute. It says, in addition to escaped slaves, survivors from in Ecuador, this is Asher. In addition to escaped slaves, survivors from shipwrecks formed independent communities along the rivers of the North and mingled with the indigenous communities in areas beyond the reach of colonial administration. But I thought they was our enemies. Separate communities can be distinguished from the contest congemes, tabula, Esmeralda Islamus. All right. So like if I pronounced that wrong. All right. Now you go see something real interesting. I'll go to this maroon colony, Brazil. All right. And most I would might be part 4. See, Satan ain't gonna they say try to get it. All right. God damn it. I want this information get out. Come on. It's a Colimbo Portuguese pronunciation, Calibo, from the, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, from Kimbundu word, is a Brazilian heritage settlement founded by people of African descent, the Israelites, man, Judah, so I know Africans, including the Quilombo's or Maroons. Most inhabitants of the Quilombo's were escaped slaves. In some cases, these escaped African slaves, the Israelite slave, Judah slave, will help provide shelter and homes to other minorities of marginalized Portuguese, Brazilian, Aboriginal, Asher, Jews, and Arabs. I'll read it again. Of marginalized Portuguese, Brazilian, Aboriginal, Jews, and Arabs. All right. So there you go. All right. And the Portuguese don't mean no crackers, man. It could be Jakes that identify as Portuguese, man. The Moors and Jews. Arabs most likely might some Moors was Israelites anyway. But you can see we're hitting to other non-black and non-slave Brazilians. However, the documentation on runway slave community would use the term Mocambo, an Ubuntu word meaning hideout to describe settlements. And Mocambo is typically much smaller than Quilombo. Quilombo was not used until the 1670s and then primarily in the southern parts of Brazil. All right. So you can read right here. It says, there you go. All right. So I'm gonna end it right here. All right. More to come. Yahweh willing. All right. All right. Shalom.